it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new video where we will have a huge update on the Mo Salah contract situation, because it is a very interesting one. So if you are excited about this video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you aren't subscribed already, and also turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest and greatest Liverpool updates on my channel. And not only Salah but Mane's camp has been waiting to see what will happen with Salah's contract deal, and this has been a very serious situation, with Liverpool having Mane, Salah and Firmino out of contract in the same summer in 2023, and it has always been expected that of course Salah would command a higher salary than his teammate Sadio Mane, and the Mirror is reporting that now the goalposts have moved in terms of the salary and the contract negotiations. Now that Salah missed the crucial penalty in the World Cup qualifier and Egypt haven't qualified for the 2022 World Cup, the situation is different for both players, because Mane's 22-23 season will now contain his usual Liverpool preparation and an unusually early start for the Champions League and the Premier League campaigns, so they can fit in this ridiculous World Cup in December in Qatar. And then they will have an Africa Cup of Nations in the summer of 2023. So Sadio Mane is in for one hell of a busy year. He will have a World Cup in November, December, and then an Africa Cup of Nations in the summer. But Salah won't be at the World Cup. Liverpool expected to go on a money-spinning pre-season tour to the Far East. They already announced the pre-season friendly in Bangkok, Thailand, against Manchester United. So Sadio Mane will be very busy, and he will come back pretty exhausted from the World Cup, like a lot of players. Will Liverpool think twice about giving Mane a new contract on the back of all that knowledge that I just shared with you guys? There will be very deep discussions among the Liverpool chiefs in the Liverpool hierarchy, because Salah will have that whole month off at the end of November until the end of December for the World Cup, and Liverpool will surely be happy to send Salah away to holiday, to get some rest and recuperation following a hectic few years where Salah played a lot of football and missed very few games. With many elite players surely coming back pretty drained, exhausted and very tired after the World Cup, Salah, a refreshed Salah, might feel as though he could really run crazy in the second half of next season and rack up a lot of goals and a lot of assists. So that means Liverpool are now more likely to give him a higher contract, a higher salary, on the back of the knowledge that Salah won't be going to the World Cup, and he might even be retiring from the Egypt national team, because he has hinted at that. He gave a post-match speech after Egypt lost again on penalties to Senegal, and he said that he's very grateful to all the players of Egypt who worked their socks off, and if he never plays again with them, then he just wants them to know that he's very grateful for their contribution. Would a fresh new contract help even more with the motivation of Salah? But I think Salah will be very hungry to come back to Liverpool and to make this season a successful one, and he will use that bitter disappointment of missing out on the World Cup, missing out on a major trophy, to win more trophies with Liverpool. And he wants to be in the Ballon d'Or running, to be the best player in the world. That's his main motivation, and he was very upset when he only finished in 7th place in the Ballon d'Or rankings, which was absolutely disgraceful in my opinion. So the situation certainly shifted a little bit in terms of Salah and Mane's contract situation after Tuesday night. That's what the Mirror newspaper is reporting. So Liverpool might just be a little more willing to pay Salah what he really wants. And Salah has hinted that he might call time on his international career and focus on club football, which again would make even more likely that FSG would give Salah a bigger and better contract, because if he has no international football to play for, then he can just concentrate on Liverpool, and that makes him an even bigger, more important asset for Liverpool. This is what Salah said after that bitterly disappointing penalty shootout. I am honored that I played with you, and I'm very proud to play with you, whether I am with you or not in the future. So this is the somewhat cryptic message that can be interpreted a lot of different ways, and given the heartache that he has suffered with Egypt, it could be that Salah is ready to retire from international football, and by the time the next World Cup rolls around, Salah will be 34 years old, and even if like Egypt even make the competition and qualify that time, Liverpool would unquestionably benefit a lot from Salah's early retirement with Egypt. Leading into the latest AFCON, fans were fraught with thoughts of Salah and Mane returning from the competition injured, and Liverpool are always constantly worried whether Salah or Mane gets injured on international duty. Having two of your most important players at Liverpool always going to the far reaches of Africa for international games is not really ideal. Thankfully, the next two Africa Cup of Nations will be held in June and July, so at least Liverpool don't have to worry about Salah, Mane, Naby Keita leaving during the season for another Africa Cup of Nations, at least for the foreseeable future. But a potential retirement for Salah would allow him to focus on his club game with Liverpool. The lack of travel, not to mention playing in actual games, would allow Salah's body to recover quicker and therefore keep him in ideal shape. And Salah is one of the most well-trained athletes, supreme athletes, in the best condition. He takes care of his body better than almost anybody else. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo is only on a higher level, but all elite athletes need recuperation time, and as the body ages, you need more and more time to get back to your full fitness. And I'm sure that Salah will have a lot of time to reflect during the summer and also during next year's World Cup in November and December, and he will probably decide later on definitely whether he wants to keep playing for Egypt or not. And Didi Hamann, as they call him, the former Liverpool player, was asked what does he think about Salah not extending still his contract at Liverpool. He said, "We have seen similar things happen at Bayern Munich. David Alaba left on a free transfer for Real Madrid, and Niklas Süle is moving to Dortmund on a free transfer from Bayern Munich as well. So these things happen. Usually if players leave football clubs, they are sold before their contract runs out, especially if they can't negotiate a new one, and Salah is worth a lot of money, so Liverpool might have to decide to sell him in the summer. I don't think Salah will leave on a free transfer next season. It's just part and parcel of football and the business. Players try to use their position at the club to try and get the contract they want. The least likely option is that Salah will leave next summer on a free transfer. Salah will either go this summer for a significant transfer fee, or he will extend his contract. I'm not sure what Salah's intentions are. There were rumors before that he wants to leave, and if that's the case, then he would have to be replaced. Salah already said that he would maybe one day be interested in playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona in La Liga. It would be a huge loss for Liverpool though. I've spoken before that he's someone that gets compared to strikers when he's a winger. He's in the same bracket as some of the best strikers in the world. He puts up incredible numbers and he plays out on the wing. He's one of the top 3 players in the world right now, so of course he would be very hard to replace. And let me know what they think about this Salah situation. I think it's absolutely fascinating how it is unfolding, and there are so many different parts, different moving parts affecting these discussions. So I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy my really detailed research that I'm doing on each of these videos to give you guys as deep and as in-depth information as possible on the Salah contract situation, because I'm also fascinated and very interested on the fate of one of Liverpool's best ever players, Mohamed Salah. He's already a legend, and I really hope he doesn't leave and doesn't tarnish his reputation by going to Manchester City, for example. And Dietmar Hamann also weighed in on the title race. He said, I think Liverpool will come out on top, but it's a really exciting title race, and there's the game at the Etihad coming up. It's great for the fans, great for the league. Last season around Christmas we had a few teams in the running for the title before Man City put it to bed with 2 or 3 months. It's good to have a title race, and they are the best 2 teams in Europe at the moment. There's also the potential that they clash in the Champions League final as well, and there's a good chance that happens. Obviously both teams have 2 more opponents to put aside, but they have dominated English football and the Premier League for 4 or 5 years now. We all remember that title race where Liverpool got to 97 points and still fell short of Man City. It's just incredible. Any other year that wins you the title, and I think it just shows how good these 2 teams are. 3 of the best teams in Europe play in the Premier League, so it's incredibly hard to win the title. And Steven Gerrard was the best player, one of the best players that Dietmar Hamann ever played with, alongside, you know, Jamie Carragher and Sami Hyypiä were incredible players. I joined the club when he was 18, Dietmar Hamann said. Gerrard was 18 when Hamann signed for Liverpool. I played with him for 7 years, and probably some of his best years I was his teammate. I think the quality he had from midfield is something not many players have nowadays. He could do everything. He was a brilliant crosser of the ball. He could score a goal from anywhere. He had great vision and technique. He was just an all-round world-class player, and that's why I would have to go with Steven Gerrard as the best player I've ever played with. And that's absolutely brilliant, and I'm really happy that that Gerrard one day hopefully will become a Liverpool manager. But Ali McCoy also said it's looking increasingly likely that Salah will leave until they can come to agreeable terms. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's an interesting situation because he's certainly one of, if not the best players in Europe over the last 18 months or so. He has been phenomenal. I think we have reached a stage where Liverpool are saying they can't overstep this mark in the wage structure, and they can't really go on to wages, and it looks like it is a stalemate. If Salah agrees to a huge pay rise, 3 or 4 more players could angle and try for a bumper wage rise as well. How much will it cost for Liverpool to replace Mo Salah? That's a big question. The flip side of the coin, if Mo Salah gets what he wants, will 3 or 4 other players be knocking on the door of Liverpool for a big pay rise? So Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool have a very balancing situation to do. Selfishly, from my point of view, I think it would be a disaster if he left the Premier League. So clearly we want all the best players playing in the top league in the world, the Premier League, and he's one of them. And that wraps up today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.